What if I told you that a tiny 10-cent coin from 1975 could actually be worth more than a Ferrari? Sounds impossible, right? But the truth is, a rare version of the 1975 Roosevelt Dime, missing its mint mark, has stunned collectors by selling for up to $350,000 at auction. In today's video, we're going to uncover the story behind this ultra-rare dime, show you exactly how to spot one, and explain why this tiny coin has become one of the most valuable modern United States coins ever discovered. You won't want to miss this. Number 1. Have you ever thought that a simple dime in your pocket could be worth more than a brand new car or even more than some houses around the world? Yes, you heard it right. The 1975 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark is not just a piece of metal but a coin that has become one of the most mysterious and valuable treasures in American numismatic history. It's the kind of coin that coin collectors dream of finding just once in their lifetime. And today, we are going to dive deep into the world of this extraordinary coin and uncover why this little 10-cent piece has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. The story begins with the regular issue of Roosevelt Dimes, which have been minted since 1946 to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1975, the United States Mint was producing dimes in massive numbers. Most dimes from the Philadelphia Mint did not carry a mint mark at that time, and this was completely normal. But something happened in the world of proof coins that turned everything upside down. A rare minting mistake occurred that led to the creation of one of the most legendary coins in modern U.S. history, the 1975 Most Roosevelt Dime. This coin was never meant to exist. It was supposed to be a proof coin struck at the San Francisco Mint, which means it should have had a clear S mint mark to indicate its origin. Proof coins are not the same as regular circulation coins. They are struck with special dies and polished planchets to create a mirror-like surface and sharp, frosted details. They are made in very limited quantities for collectors and are usually sold in sealed proof sets. But for the 1975 dime, an extraordinary error took place. The mint mark was completely missing. Only 2 examples of the 1975 NOS proof Roosevelt dime are confirmed to exist, making it one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever struck by the United States Mint. This is not just rare, it's nearly mythical in the coin world. Imagine, out of millions of proof sets released that year, only 2 of these missing mint-marked dimes have ever been discovered. The coin community is constantly on the lookout for a third example, which could still be hiding in an old proof set, tucked away in someone's drawer, or sitting unnoticed in a coin dealer's inventory. What adds even more excitement to this mystery is the coin's flawless condition. Because it was struck as a proof, the 1975 NOS dime features stunning mirror surfaces and deeply struck devices. These coins shine with a brilliance that regular coins simply don't have. Even a casual glance reveals the difference, and a trained eye can quickly recognize a true proof strike. If a coin collector stumbles upon this dime, especially in a proof set, they know instantly they've found something incredibly special. Now let's talk about value. And this is where the 1975 NOS dime enters the Hall of Fame. At auction, one of these 2 known coins fetched an unbelievable price of $349,600. That's right, $349,600 for a coin that weighs just 2.27 grams and was originally worth only 10 cents. This staggering price has cemented its place as one of the most valuable modern American coins ever sold. And who knows, if a third example surfaces, it could shatter that record and climb even higher. This coin isn't just about its error or its shine, it's about its story. It's about a mistake so rare that it created a legend. Collectors dream of finding it not just because of the money, but because of the thrill, the idea that a tiny error escaped the eyes of the mint and made its way into the hands of the public. It's a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, history and mystery are always waiting to be uncovered. If you're a collector or even just a beginner with an interest in rare coins, here's a golden tip. Always check your 1975 proof sets very carefully. Look at the dimes closely. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. If the dime looks like a proof but has no mint mark, you might be holding one of the most valuable coins in America. Don't hesitate. Send it in for professional grading and authentication immediately because this could change your life forever. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a journey of discovery, a way to connect with history, and sometimes, a path to unimaginable value. The 1975 Most Dime is a perfect example of how something so small can become something so legendary. This is what makes numismatics so fascinating and rewarding. It's the thrill of the unknown, the search for the rare, and the hope that your next find will be the one that makes headlines. So never underestimate the coins you come across. Each one tells a story, and some, like the 1975 Most Roosevelt Dime, tell a story of rarity, beauty, and great fortune. Keep collecting, keep learning, and keep searching because treasures like this are still out there waiting to be found. Number 2. Have you ever held a small silver coin and wondered if it could secretly be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Imagine finding an old dime in your drawer, only to discover that it's one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Today we're talking about the 1942 Mercury Dime with no mint mark, a beautiful coin with a timeless design, a fascinating history, and a potential value that can absolutely shock you. This isn't just any coin. This is a piece of American heritage that's making waves in the collector world even today. The Mercury Dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head Dime, was introduced in 1916 and continued until 1945. It was designed by the legendary sculptor Adolph A. Weinman and features a striking portrait of Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. On the reverse, we see a fasces, a bundle of rods and an axe, representing strength and unity, wrapped with an olive branch for peace. It's not just currency, it's classical American art captured in silver. In 1942, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 200 million Mercury Dimes, and these coins did not carry a mint mark, which was standard for coins made at that mint at the time. But what makes this coin truly special is not just the absence of the mint mark, but the condition and rare varieties that have surfaced over the years. Some of these coins, especially those with full split bands on the reverse torch or overdate errors, have stunned collectors and shattered records at auction. They represent a thrilling combination of beauty, scarcity, and historical value. Collectors are always on the lookout for Mercury Dimes in brilliant condition, especially those with the full bands designation. This refers to the sharp, full horizontal lines on the torch on the back of the coin, a sign of a strong strike from fresh dies. Coins that have full bands are significantly more valuable, as they are much harder to find due to wear and weaker strikes. A 1942 Mercury Dime with no mint mark, in mint state condition and full bands, is an absolute treasure and highly sought after in the collector market. Now let's talk about the value, and this is where things get truly exciting. While a typical circulated 1942 Mercury Dime is worth around $2 to $4 for its silver content, things change dramatically at the higher grades. A 1942 no-mint mark Mercury Dime graded MS-67 with full bands can bring in serious money, and at the top of the scale, this coin has sold at auction for prices ranging from $20,000 all the way up to $142,000. That's right, from $20,000 to $142,000 depending on condition, eye appeal, and grade. Imagine finding a coin like that in an old collection or inherited from a grandparent. Life-changing is an understatement. For collectors, this coin is a dream find, not just for its value, but for its history, beauty, and importance in American coinage. The 1942 Mercury Dime captures a time in America's past during World War II, when the country was united and determined, and every coin had meaning. Owning a high-grade example is like holding a piece of that history, something timeless, powerful, and full of pride. And with its rising demand in the market, especially for coins with perfect full bands, it continues to grow in both popularity and value. If you're a collector or just starting out, here's a tip: always examine your Mercury Dimes carefully under good lighting and magnification. Look for strong details on the reverse torch, full split bands, and no signs of heavy wear. If you find one in high-grade condition, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC, because authentication and proper grading can greatly increase your coin's value and market appeal. And always keep your eyes open for varieties like the famous 1942-41 overdate error, which is another major prize for collectors. Coin collecting is more than a hobby. It's a passion, a journey through history, and a chance to discover beauty and value in unexpected places. The 1942 Mercury Dime with no mint mark represents everything that makes coin collecting so rewarding: artistry, rarity, mystery, and potential for real-world value. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful treasures come in the smallest packages. So if you haven't already, it's time to look through your old coins, check those dimes, and fall in love with the thrill of collecting. Because who knows, the next big discovery might be sitting right in your hands, waiting to change your story forever. Welcome to the world of rare coins, where every piece has a story, and every collector is part of something truly special. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and never stop believing in the magic of coins. Number 3. Have you ever imagined that a small dime from 1967 could be worth more than your car or even more than some people's yearly salary? It sounds unbelievable, but this is the true story behind one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history, the 1967 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark. This ordinary-looking coin, often overlooked in spare change, could actually be a rare treasure worth thousands of dollars today. So stay with us, because in this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about this amazing coin that's taking the collector market by storm. The Roosevelt Dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the year before. Designed by John R. Sinek, the coin features a dignified portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. By the time 1967 rolled around, the U.S. Mint was producing dimes in large numbers, and they made a bold decision. They removed all mint marks temporarily from coins during 1965, 1966, and 1967 to discourage hoarding during a coin shortage. So yes, your 1967 dime has no mint mark. But that alone doesn't make it rare. What makes it rare lies in its condition and a few special errors that have become highly sought after by collectors. What sets the 1967 dime apart is its combination of modern design and transitional significance. This was a time when the U.S. had recently moved away from silver coins, and the 1967 dime was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition. But among these, a small number of dimes have been discovered with stunningly high quality, deep mirror-like finishes, proof-like surfaces, and sharp details that resemble special mint strikes. These rare examples are believed to be either special mint sets or high-end accidental strikes that escaped normal quality control. And when these coins show up at auction in near-perfect condition, the prices they command are absolutely jaw-dropping. Collectors prize this coin when it is found in pristine, mint-state condition. Especially those graded MS-67, MS-68, or even better, these are incredibly rare grades for a 1967 dime. If the coin also displays deep cameo contrast or full torch details, the value skyrockets even higher. Condition is everything, and because most of these coins were heavily circulated, finding one in perfect shape is extremely difficult, which is why demand is so high and continues to grow every year. Let's talk about value now, and this is where the story gets truly exciting. While most circulated 1967 dimes are worth face value, the rarest high-grade examples have shocked the numismatic world. One of the finest known 1967 dimes was sold for an astounding $68,000 at auction. Yes, that's $68,000 for a coin that originally cost only 10 cents. Other top-quality examples have also sold for $9,000, $12,000, $20,000 and beyond, depending on grading and eye appeal. From $9,000 to $68,000, those are the kind of numbers that are turning heads in the coin collecting world today. For collectors, this coin represents a hidden gem from a transitional era in American coinage. It's a coin that many people ignore because they don't realize its potential value. But true collectors know that within the world of coins, it's often the small details, the condition, the surface, the strike quality, that make all the difference. And the 1967 Roosevelt Dime is the perfect example of that hidden treasure waiting to be discovered by someone with a sharp eye and a little bit of knowledge. If you are a collector, here's a powerful tip. Always check your 1967 dimes closely, especially those that look unusually shiny, proof-like, or untouched. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to inspect the torch detail on the reverse and check for strong edges, clean fields, and a deep mirrored finish. If you believe your coin might be special, send it in for grading through a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. The value of a coin can increase dramatically once it is certified in a high grade, and you might be sitting on a hidden fortune without even knowing it. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's an adventure, a history lesson, and a treasure hunt all rolled into one. The 1967 Roosevelt Dime with no mint mark is a powerful reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries come from the most unexpected places. That a small coin, easily overlooked in everyday change, can hold incredible value and tell a story of American resilience and change. So what are you waiting for? Start searching, start learning, and become part of a passionate community that loves the thrill of discovering rare coins and preserving a piece of history. The next big find might be hiding right in your pocket, in your drawer, or in an old collection passed down through your family. Keep your eyes open, follow your curiosity, and enjoy every step of your journey through the amazing world of coin collecting. Number 4. Have you ever thought that a tiny coin in your old coin jar could secretly be worth a fortune? Imagine finding a simple 10-cent coin and realizing it's not just change, but a highly valuable piece of American history that collectors are willing to pay thousands, or even over $100,000 for. Yes, we're talking about the legendary 1945 Mercury Dime with the D mint mark on the reverse, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but carries a hidden story and value that has shocked the numismatic world again and again. The 1945 Mercury Dime, also known as the Winged Liberty Head Dime, holds a very special place in American coinage history. It was minted during the final year of World War II, a time when the world was changing, and so was the United States. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, this dime showcases Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap symbolizing freedom of thought, a bold and beautiful design that still fascinates collectors today. The reverse of the coin features a fasces, a symbol of strength and unity, wrapped with an olive branch representing peace, powerful imagery captured in pure silver. This specific version, the 1945 D Mercury Dime, was minted in Denver, and you can find the small D mint mark on the reverse, near the bottom left side of the torch. At first glance, this might seem like just another silver dime from the 1940s, but don't be fooled. What sets this coin apart is not just its age or mint location, but its condition and striking quality, and especially those ultra-rare examples with full bands detail that can bring jaw-dropping prices at auction. The term, full bands, refers to the horizontal lines across the torch on the reverse of the coin. If these bands are fully struck and clearly separated, it means the coin was struck with fresh, sharp dies, a sign of high quality that adds massive value. Collectors go absolutely wild for full bands Mercury dimes because they are far more difficult to find than standard examples. And when you combine full bands with a mint state grade like MS67 or MS68, you're now holding a coin that can reach astronomical prices in today's market. While a typical circulated 1945 D Mercury dime is worth about $2 to $5 due to its silver content, high-grade specimens tell a completely different story. A 1945 D Mercury dime with full bands in pristine condition has been known to sell for massive amounts of money. At public auctions and through private collectors, this coin has sold for amounts ranging from $10,000 to $120,000 depending on the condition and grade. That's right, a coin that once bought a cup of coffee can now buy you a brand new luxury car or even a down payment on a house. From $10,000 to $120,000, these are real-world prices that prove how incredible this coin truly is. For collectors and enthusiasts, the 1945 D Mercury Dime is not just a coin, it's a symbol of the end of an era, the closing chapter of the Mercury Dime series before it was replaced by the Roosevelt Dime in 1946. Owning one in mint state with full bands is like holding a piece of World War II history in your hands, a reminder of America's resilience and victory. And because of its historical importance, beautiful design, and proven market value, demand for this coin remains incredibly strong even decades later. If you're a collector or just getting started, here's a tip: always inspect the reverse of the Mercury Dime closely using a magnifier or coin loupe. Focus on the torch and look for those clean, separated lines that indicate full bands. Also check the fields and edges for scratches, wear, or dings, and remember, the better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin appears flawless, send it to a top grading company like PCGS or NGC for certification, because that professional grade could unlock the true market value of your coin. Coin collecting is not just about money, it's about history, beauty, and discovery. The 1945 Mercury Dime is one of those magical coins that combines all these qualities into one small silver masterpiece. Every time you hold one, you're holding a story of craftsmanship, American pride, and the thrill of the hunt. Whether you're collecting for passion, investment, or legacy, this coin deserves a place in your collection and in your heart. So don't ignore those old coins in your drawer or your grandfather's dusty coin album. Start looking, start learning, and join the incredible world of coin collecting. Because the next valuable Mercury Dime might be hiding right in front of you, waiting to change your life. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and celebrate the history of the United States of America one coin at a time. Number 5. Have you ever dreamed of finding a coin so rare and so valuable that it could instantly make you a millionaire? A coin so legendary that it's whispered about among collectors and considered the holy grail of American dimes. Today, we're talking about one of the most mysterious, valuable, and coveted coins ever minted in the United States. The 1894 one dime with the S mint mark on the reverse. This is not just any old dime. It is one of the rarest coins in the entire world, and its story will absolutely leave you speechless. The 1894 Barber Dime holds a mythical status in the world of numismatics. Designed by Charles E. Barber, the coin features the classic Liberty head on the obverse, crowned with a laurel wreath, and on the reverse, a simple and elegant design displaying one dime, surrounded by a wreath. The S mint mark on the back tells us it was minted in San Francisco. But here's where the mystery begins. Only 24 of these dimes were ever struck in 1894, and only a handful are known to survive today. That's right, just 24 coins made, and less than 10 confirmed to still exist. There are many theories about why only 24 coins were minted. Some say they were created as special presentation coins for bankers and VIPs. Others believe it was a way to balance the mint's accounting records at the end of the fiscal year. But regardless of the reason, what remains true is this: the 1894 S dime was never meant for general circulation, and almost all were immediately lost, spent, or tucked away in private collections. One famous story tells of a banker giving 2 of these dimes to his daughter and telling her to keep them forever, but she spent one on ice cream, never knowing she was handing away a future fortune. Today, the 1894 S dime is a true icon of coin collecting, a symbol of rarity, history, and unimaginable value. This coin doesn't just belong in any collection, it belongs in the finest collections in the world. It's a museum-level piece, a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, and a dream that every collector secretly hopes will one day come true. To own one is to hold one of the greatest treasures in American coinage, a piece of art, a piece of mystery, and a piece of unmatched prestige. When it comes to condition and rarity, the 1894 S dime sets the gold standard. Every known surviving example is treasured like a crown jewel, and even those with slight wear still command historic prices. But the real shock comes when these coins hit the auction block. One of these rare dimes in near pristine condition has sold for well over $2 million, and others have fetched prices between $1,300,000 to $1,997,500, depending on condition, eye appeal, and collector demand. That's right, this one little silver dime, originally worth 10 cents, is now worth over $2 million in the modern market. For collectors, This coin is not just an investment, it's the ultimate prize. It represents everything that makes coin collecting magical: rarity, history, mystery, and massive value. If you ever even come close to seeing one in person, you are looking at a coin that most collectors will never touch in their lifetime. And if you somehow inherit or discover an old collection with an 1894 dime marked S on the reverse, you may have just found one of the rarest treasures in American history. If you are a collector or plan to become one, here's the tip of a lifetime: always inspect every old dime carefully, especially those from the 1800s. Check the date, check the reverse, and look for that small S mint mark. Know what to look for and always protect your coins. If you even think you might have something valuable, send it immediately to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading, because a professional grade is the first step to unlocking its full market value and historical importance. Coin collecting is more than a hobby, it's a passion, a journey, and a direct connection to the past. The 1894 S dime is the crown jewel of that journey, reminding us all that small objects can hold tremendous value, deep stories, and incredible dreams. It proves that with just the right knowledge and a bit of luck, a small discovery can become a life-changing event that earns a permanent place in numismatic history. So don't ignore those old coins in dusty drawers or forgotten albums. Start your own coin collecting adventure today with energy and enthusiasm. Learn the history, study the details, and keep your eyes open, because the next legendary find could be sitting in your hands right now, waiting to be uncovered. The world of coins is filled with mystery, wonder, and wealth, and the 1894 S1 dime proves it like nothing else ever could.